Why I hate Michael Gove. In this irregular series, I'm looking into why I personally find Michael Gove to be one of the most repugnant Tories ever. We've looked at his use of obfuscation.
The key thing about levelling up is that it's about more than one ingredient. So transport matters, infrastructure matters.
This answer was in response to how cutting HS2 would affect levelling up.
But within that, it's also the case that links within and between northern and midland cities matter. And more than just infrastructure, levelling up involves research and development spend being spent more effectively. It involves the devolution of power to local leaders who can help to transform their areas. It involves improving education and skills. I could go on, but I hope that the point is made that you cannot simply look at one ingredient and say that that is the only test of levelling up.
Then there's this unearthed disgusting recording of a speech of when Gove was in his 20s given to the Cambridge Union.
We are at last experiencing a new empire. An empire where the happy South stamps over the cruel, dirty, toothless face of the Northerner.
Then there was his involvement with Tory peer Michelle Mone and dodgy PPE requirements.
Talk to me about Michelle Mone. What do you remember about the PPE contract with Michelle Mone when she approached you? How did that conversation go? No?
Well, lots of people approached me.
Personal email?
Yeah, there were lots of people who approached me, whether it was through email, text, or in the precincts of the House of Commons or wherever.
Today we're looking at his general evasive interview technique. It's more obfuscation really, but also it's the way he makes it look like he's being straight talking, all the time evading answering the question. Here back last year we have him being interviewed by Laura Kunsberg after reading the report on whether or not Boris Johnson lied to Parliament. How will he vote?
For the report or not?
I will not vote, I will abstain.
What will the Prime Minister do?
I do not know, but I think it's critically important that each individual member of the House of Commons forms their own judgment. So I would not wish to influence anyone else. My own judgment is the committee have done good work. It is a good report. There are clear areas where the actions of Boris Johnson as Prime Minister fall short of what should have been expected. No doubt about that. And it is appropriate that he faces criticism. He has already forfeited his job as Prime Minister and left the House of Commons.
By his own...
So somehow he's saying the report is good, but there was enough of a reason why he wasn't actually going to vote to condemn Boris Johnson.
By his own volition.
His own decision. So we now have a decision to make as members of the House of Commons. My own view is I'm grateful to the committee. I think their work is good, but I don't agree with the conclusion.
But what people will want to know is...
Typical of Gove, he's trying to look like he's weighed everything up and he's making a reasoned decision, but in fact he's actually just committing himself to staying on the fence.
I think the Prime Minister should turn up in order to back the institutions of Parliament. Should the Prime Minister be there tomorrow?
I should not give advice to any other individual member of Parliament.
I'm asking you what you think.
My own view is that each individual should make up their mind. It is a matter for each individual reading that report and weighing it. And I will not criticise any member of Parliament for any decision they take on the basis of that report.
Repetition after repetition, it's round and round in circles with Gove. Click here for another disgusting Tory.